Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have a new article from the street to go over. It has to do with this new SEC rule change where they say a lot of your FTDs, a lot of your naked shorting could be coming to an end. Now, we know naked shorting. We know these fraudulent activities that have been able to take place due to the lack of transparency into short positions. Well, it's been a big reason why AMC stock has not done better in 2023 as well as 2022. There's other reasons as well. There's been a lack of liquidity. Really, nobody's buying stocks right now. There's other things as well. The court situation, yeah, that had a role to play. But naked shorting and your illegal activity is what I would say the reason AMC stock today is trading lower than where you were back in January of 2021, when almost everyone thought AMC was going to be the next company to go bankrupt. And if you don't believe me, I mean, including dilution included, split adjusted included, AMC stock was trading at a low of $10.35 in January of 2021. Today, you are at $9.96 per share. What does this mean? It means I think the MOASS is coming soon. Now, my opinion is my opinion. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be credible at this point. Let me point that out. I've been wrong. You've been wrong. I've been wrong. Everyone's been wrong that has been bullish on AMC. None of us are credible at this moment. We've all went off of the facts and what we can justifiably try to assume. And it was just that, assumptions. Now apparently we're actually going to see the truth. Is Citadel behind this? Is Morgan Stanley one of the prime brokers that is really facilitating this trading activity? What are the cost to borrow fees? Like, we've only had estimates of those. We haven't even known the true numbers. Today, we're getting estimates of 1%. I'll tell you that's BS. We've gotten short interest numbers of 6% recently. I'll tell you that is BS, in my personal opinion. There's absolutely no way the shorts covered on their short positions. No way they did. And I think the recent trading activity you've seen in AMC is really a precursor of what could be to come. A lot of the time, stocks will start to move in the direction in which the trend is going, leading into a catalyst. Meaning that if a stock's going to have really good earnings, let's say NVIDIA, well, I mean, let's just pick on NVIDIA here. I haven't even looked at this, but I'm just assuming most of the time, if a stock's going to have pretty good earnings, it usually rises into earnings. Look at NVIDIA back here, okay? Before their last earnings, NVIDIA hit $404, or $404, and then it had a 7% up day, and then it continued to trend higher. Another 8.5% up day, another 3% up day. The day before earnings, NVIDIA closed at $471. NVIDIA went up almost 25% before their last earnings. What about the earnings before then that really started this whole AI trend? Well, NVIDIA obviously went up almost 25% following those earnings. But what happened before then? NVIDIA was going up for a while. It's like Wall Street already knew what was coming for NVIDIA. And specifically the last 2 weeks before NVIDIA earnings, it was green almost every single day. And the red days were very, very small. So what you've seen with AMC stock is just that. There could be something really, really good around the corner. Now, I want to give you guys, obviously, an overview of what's happening on the day today with AMC, what the data looks like for AMC, as well as a big catalyst here in after hours. But that's the point that I want to make. I think the MOASS is very much alive. And think about it like this on kind of the cycle of a squeeze, the cycle of a stock going much higher, like 5 to 10x higher. Normally, if there's nobody talking about that stock, people are not that excited about that stock. If it's just a random stock at the time, well, the risk reward is a lot more favorable that you're going to make money if you're buying that stock before anyone else knows about it, before anyone else is excited about that stock. If you're buying the stock after it's up 20, 30% in a day, or it's been going up 10, 5-10% for the past couple of days, your odds of making money are obviously lower. People have this perverse psychology when it comes to stocks, and Warren Buffett probably said it the best. The stock market is the only sale that nobody shows up to. And that's the same with AMC. Obviously, I shouldn't probably reference Warren Buffett to a short squeeze trade, but similar logics here, right? AMC stock has fallen a lot. AMC stock has improved a lot. And simple fact of the matter is, nobody's even excited about AMC at this moment in time. Look at the views of this channel. I could care less who watches or who doesn't watch. At this point, we're going to get through the squeeze, and then we're going to move on to other topics. If you guys want to, talk about other stocks as well, let me know down below in the comment section. I will make sure to pay, very close attention to, what comments get more likes or whatnot. But we'll move on. At this point, I think there's a lot of opportunity with AMC stock right here and right now. I didn't forecast the 90% drop, 80% drop from just a couple of months ago. I didn't know the court proceeding was going to have that kind of effect on AMC. Holy guacamole. That was insane. But now we're here, and that was that. And I think there is a lot of room for an upside move right now. So let's get into the rest of this video. If you have not done so already, hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. And again, let me know if you guys want to cover other stocks, other topics. Do you want to cover just short squeeze trades or trades that have a lot of that upside potential? What do you guys want to see? Just let me know down below in the comment section, and make sure to like the comments that you would want to see videos on. Nonetheless, AMC stock was up almost 9% today, up 8.85% today. The news that we got wasn't even that good. It wasn't even that good. AMC shares rise. Ross Course sets another record. And Adam Aaron tweeted, there's 200 million reasons why. That's the dollar amount that this film has now sold. About $203 million worth of tickets. This would be a new record for a theatrical film, and especially one that has been distributed by AMC. So fundamentally, this is good news. Why I say this is really not any crazy news to me is because we already seen AMC lose money for years and turn a profit, and the stock did literally nothing. So if that happened and AMC did nothing, why? It was obviously heavily manipulated. There was a lot of naked short selling. There was a lot of people doing things that they shouldn't have. Now AMC gets one small little piece of news and it's up 9%. Give me a break. That is telling you something. In my opinion, don't play this in the super short term. You don't want to be betting that the next 2 weeks are going to be good. But I think, next from now, really, for like a year from now, could be really good. And at any time, you could see the MOASS. Maybe AMC gives us another profitable quarter. Maybe that's a big deal. I'm sure the stock would be up over 20% this time around if that were to happen without this court proceeding weighing over our heads. Now, this as well could be pretty big. This article is from The Street. It says, AMC stock, could new SEC rules spell the end of naked short selling allegations? With large investment firms now required to report their short trades, could this new rule potentially bring an end to allegations of trading irregularities involving stocks like AMC? That could be another reason why AMC stock has been acting very bullish lately. This says the SEC's new rule 13f-2 aims to increase transparency by requiring large investment firms to report their short positions and trading activities. AMC's persistently high volume of failure to deliver and suspicious suspicions of irregularities, including naked short selling allegations, have raised questions about trading practices. This says the rule is designed to enhance transparency for investors and other market participants by making short sale related data more accessible to the public. The data they provide will be aggregated for each specific stock, protecting the confidentiality of individual firms. So I was a little bit wrong there. Individual firms not exactly going to, get exposed here, which makes you really wonder why not. Why can we not see individual firms? Maybe that's a topic for another video, but it says this aggregated data will then be made publicly available through a system called EDGAR, albeit with a time delay. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler has emphasized that this move is in response to a congressional directive to bolster transparency concerning the short selling of equity securities, particularly in the light of lessons learned from the 2008 financial crisis. Literally right here. To bolster transparency concerning the short selling of equity securities. That's a fancy way of saying you got manipulation going on. Just a fancy government way of saying it. But if you were to have a definition, that is probably what it would say. Now, it says high numbers of FTDs are typically linked to increased market volatility, short squeezes, and potential fraud, including practices like naked short selling. Naked short selling involves traders shorting stocks that they do not currently possess. The practice has been illegal in the U.S. since the 2008 financial crisis. The connection between naked shorting and FTDs exists because naked shorting can create phantom shares, which are essentially shares that do not exist. These phantom shares can harm the liquidity of the shorted asset and dilute its share price. Over the past 3 years, AMC has reported an exceptionally high volume of failure to deliver, possibly more than any other stock traded in the U.S. That's for sure. I would go out on a far limb to say that is probably true. Now, it says in September, there was comparatively less volatility in trading activity than in previous months due to unique events related to the conversion of AMC's preferred shares into common stock. During this period, AMC's failure to deliver volume returned to more typical levels, representing only 2% of its trading volume. And again, that is a lot of that has to do with the court proceeding that, ended around the beginning of September. And the subsequent trading activity you have seen since then, I think a lot of it does have to do with this F13-2 rule or whatever it said. What is the abbreviation again? SEC's new rule, 13f-2. Oh, okay, I was correct. Nobody really wants to have the target on their back, even if you're not individually being called out. I mean, we're going to have a lot more information about how long AMC shares have been sold short, who is doing the shorting of these names. We're going to have a lot more new details, and we can get into the nuances, but I think that's a simple point I want to make. That's not exactly good for your short position. That's not exactly good for your strategy of manipulation to have your activities brought to the light of the market. There's no question to us why failure to delivers have been so high. Now you're not seeing as many of them. And look at what AMC stock is doing, up 9% today on some BS news. Who cares? That shouldn't move a company 9%. Yields were up today. Treasury yields, 30-year Treasury yields were up 2 basis points. 10-year Treasury yields were up 4 basis points. You didn't even have yields coming down that helped a stock like AMC. SoFi just reported great earnings, much better than expectations. And the stock sold off today. The stock was up over 10% in pre-market and sold off. Yet AMC stock rises on some, again, BS news. There's something bigger at play here. That's just the bottom line to it, and nobody could convince me anything different. Now, if you take a look at the technicals with AMC stock, it was a nice day today. The RSI starting to perk up. If we go ahead and we put on the MACD as well, that is starting to perk up a little bit as well. You're trying to go into positive territory. The MACD is still negative 0.57, and the signal line is negative 0.90. Once you break into positive, that's where things could get a little bit more volatile to the upside. The big level to break out above is that 50-day moving average at $10.17. If you break above that, that's where you really start to make your move to about that orange line, and that's your $25 mark. I think this break is probably going to happen over the next 1 to 2 trading days or so. You never know. Obviously, tomorrow could be really red. You just really never know. Now, Apple is going to be having their event. It's the first time they've ever had a night event. That will be at 8 p.m. tonight. And if that goes sideways and people do not like that, which about 80% of the time Apple sells off after these events, well, that would obviously probably not be great for AMC as well. It'd probably drag down the entire market. So let me know what you guys think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.